Shalom, all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ruach Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ruach Kodash. So as you can see here, this is just off of a YouTube short. I was going through, the YouTube, and it's obviously, this is on the algorithm, and this is from the Middle East Eye, and it says, former finance minister of Greece says criminals here are not Hamas, basically. So this Greek former finance minister makes a statement here, which I'm gonna play. But it goes to basically show that these Edomites as a nation, the rulers that be of Esau, and Esau as a nation are hypocritical people. All right, they're hypocritical people, man. And what's going on now in this world right now, obviously with the issues that's taking place over there with in the land of Israel with the small hats and the Ishmaelites, the war that's going on, which is drawing in all these other nations, which is fulfilling the biblical prophecies before Yahushai's return. Esau is being exposed, man. We've told you these things for years, man. What's going on now in the Middle East, beginning with our apostles and elders, we've mentioned this for years. And what's going on in the Middle East with those Palestinians right now that they're catching hell? Well, guess what? Esau did the same things unto the tribes, man, unto you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right? Marched us out of our lands, put us on reservations, murdered us, etc., etc. What they're doing to those Palestinians now. But what's happening now is pretty much, the world is seeing these Edomites for what they really are, right? A bunch of murdering criminals, and their system's really about war, all right? You see? So I'm going to play this here. The world's seeing these Edomites for the hypocrites that they really are, right? Which we've been telling you that, but it's being exposed day and day, man.
The criminals here are not Hamas, not even the Israeli settlers who are killing Palestinians. The criminals are Europeans, us.
And when he says Europeans, he's referring to his own people, the Edomites, basically. They're the criminals. He's letting you know.
Every single member of our German society, our French society, our Greek society, our United States society, we have participated in this crime against humanity over the decades by keeping our mouths shut as long as there is no trouble down there. As long as people are dying outside the reach of cameras. As long as it's Palestinians who die and not the occupiers. So, this incredible tragedy must be converted into an opportunity for us Europeans to wake up. The criminals here...
You ain't gonna wake up. You Edomites. First of all, when he says Europeans, he's really referring to the Edomites. They ain't gonna wake up. They're gonna go in slavery, man. That's their future. But he's letting you know that pretty much that they're the wicked. Because look at it like this. They know, all these Edomites, they know what Israel's been doing for all these, the Israeli state has been doing for all these years. They know that. But because it's not, now basically the elites are crumbling this system. So they're exposing everything. All right. But the point is, they know what's been going on over there in the Israeli state and what's going on. But because it doesn't affect them over here, it's a hush-hush thing. That's how these Edomites run. Like, for example, even us tribes over here in their countries, they oppress our people, but it's just every oppression that they do to our people, the Israelites, they just keep sweeping it under the rug. So even the tribes per se, we've been under occupation under these devils, man. All right, we technically, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, what those Palestinians are going through, we go through that every day. We're in an open air prison. The fact that we got to be in their society in America, being ruled over by them, we're in prison, man, being oppressed by them. But he's letting you know these people are a bunch of devils over here in Europe and in America because they support the Israeli state. They've been supporting the Israeli state. And it's funny, every nation he mentioned, every Edomite country he mentioned supports America and the Israeli state, man. All right, that's just a fact. But now they're being exposed for what they are, man. And this is a beautiful day that we're living in. So let me read this here. Let me read some scriptures here. This is because this is the end of their world, basically, man. All right. And it's only going to get worse. So this is Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And what's that talking about? That's basically talking about this system that we live in today, the two horns as a lamb, referring to basically America and the reviving of the Roman Empire. Because this is the Roman Empire that we live in. We here live in England. You got brothers living in Holland. You got brothers that live in different parts of the European Union, for example. These are nothing but provinces of the Edomite kingdom, the Roman Empire, the second leg of the Roman Empire, and America is that main hub. All right, which is Babylon the Great, which is nothing but Rome revived. All right, so the two, it says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And the two horns like a lamb is referring to their political parties. All right, like in Rome, you had the plebeians and the patricians. So one side would be for the poor, basically, so-called. We're going to make things right for poor people, etc., etc. And one side was for the rich. And what do you have today in America? You've got the Democrats and the Republicans. One side is for the poor, and one side is for I believe it's the Democrats are for the poor, and the Republicans are like the ones for the rich, I believe. I could have got that wrong, but I believe that's what it is. Over here in England, you got the same. You got the Conservative and you got Labour. All right? You see, you got the Conservative, you got Labour, which is one side represents the poor, so-called represents, and one side represents the rich, right? But they're all the same. They all got their own same agenda. That's them speaking like a lamb, basically. Because lambs are what? Lambs are, they're weak, so-called weak animals, lambs, right? So that's them speaking as a lamb. But then it said, that's the two horns like a lamb, Salakia, meaning, they're smooth words, right? And then it says, and he spake as a dragon. Yeah, because really the so-called white man, his system, as all this smooth talk the so-called white man does, really his system is the dragon, which is referring to their military. Because what was Rome known for? See, all this, the so-called white man, all the politics and all the talking he does, we're going to make things right here, we're going to implement this, we're going to implement that. Really, their system is run through violence, through war. Okay? That's how it's run. So that's them with the two horns, referring to their political parties, the two horns like a lamb, like their politics, their political parties. But it says, and he spake as a dragon. But that's really going into like their violence, pretty much. The Roman Empire was about violence, their war, their war machine. All right, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and the first beast before him is what? The pagan Roman Empire. So this is basically the system we live in today is nothing but the Roman Empire back again, the revised Roman Empire, the second leg of Rome, and controlled by the Edomites. So, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and he caused the earth, which the first beast before him is the first leg of the pagan Roman Empire. All right, Julius Caesar, Caligula, I'm forgetting some of these names, man. What's the Crassus? All right, that's the first leg of the Roman Empire, basically, the pagan Roman Empire ruled by the Edomites. Okay, and it says, and he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And that's what's happened. Everyone's following after this system, believing in it. And it says, and he causeth the whole earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Yeah, so the fact that they've come back into power, with this revised Roman Empire that we're in today, that was the deadly wound being healed. All right. Whoa, really going into like Columbus and the conquering of Europe from off of our people, because we ruled in the Dark Ages. They were at the bottom. They conquered our people, took us over, went to the Americas, took it over. All right. Destroyed our people in the Americas, North, South, Central America, North, South, and Central America. Destroyed the Indian-speaking people, the Indian tribes, basically. The so-called Native Americans, the Aztec Indians, they destroyed our people. So that was the deadly wound being healed. That was the so-called white man bringing back his Roman Empire. And now we're basically living in the end days of the second leg of the Roman Empire, which we are in today. All right. And who controls it? These so-called white people, these Edomites. All right. But the point what I wanted to say is they speak as a lamb. So they speak all these smooth words with their politics, but really they're destroying people. What are they doing over there in the land of Israel today, the Israeli state? They're destroying those so-called Palestinian settlers in the name of basically we're the Jews, we want this whole land, which they're not. They're not the people anyway. That's why there's a war raging in that land to begin with, and it will never end until the real people come back to that land, which we are waiting for. But the point what I wanted to say is everyone's waking up to the fact that this so-called white man is just the devil, man. These Edomites can't function, if they're, in particular, they're elites, all right? But it goes on to all of these Edomites, from their elites to the lowest of them. They just can't function without some type of violence, without some type of destruction. This is their MO. We've been telling you this. These people are the devil, that the Bible speaks of. We've been telling our people, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, but they still can't see it. What more does the so-called white man have to do to show you he's the devil? These Edomites are committing genocide live on TV. See, for years, when we're telling our people, look, showing them the history, showing them the prophecies, showing them images, of historical accounts that took place. Oh, that was the past. That was the past, they would say, our people. Well, guess what? Esau's committing genocide live on your TV right now. What are you saying now? But most of our people still will choose to ignore the facts, man. This man's showing you he's the devil every day, but they still choose to ignore it. But that's fine. We know why anyway. So this is Psalms 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. And that's what the so-called white man has done. All right. Even with an example of that now is with the Palestinians. There's a lot of history to that, but with the with the Palestinians, which are the sons of Ishmael, they signed with the Arthur Balfour Declaration. There was a part in it that they basically agreed to equally split the land. Basically, equally, when the so-called Jews went there, the Amalekites, they went there. There was a part where they equally chose. They writ to equally split that land. But what did the so-called white man do? He expanded more and more, and was just murdering those Ishmaelites there, and was taking more and more of the land. Till today, where we have the end days that we're in now, before the Lord returns to return the real people back there. What's Esau's plan? Get rid of all of those people from that Gaza Strip, basically. He wants the whole land. And they're even saying now, even black Jews that live in the land, which are really so-called Negroes that are in that land, that live there, he wants them out of there now also. Because you got Negroes from America that know that they're Israelites that move back to Israel, all right? Which isn't prophecy. They didn't go there according to the prophecy, but they went there. And now the Amalekites are telling them, you got to leave as well. They basically want to purge the land of everyone that's not a so-called Edomite, Amalekite so-called Jew, basically. So that's what they do. They sign all these treaties. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. But then they continue on to wage war against you. That's the so-called white man's MO. That's how he got the America from our people. Signed hundreds of treaties with the North American Indians and continued to expand, all right? And just to keep killing, basically. He's a virus, man. So he says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's the you can't tell us this ain't the so-called white man, man. Though his words are smoother than butter, man. All right? His words are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. War is in his soul. That's the so-called white man. War is his agenda. That's what they're about. Going back into Revelation, what did it say? It said they speak like, basically they speak like they have the two horns like a lamb, but really speak as a dragon. So they come all soft, but inwardly they're dragons. They're about their army. They're about conquering people. That's what they're about, man. Like in their history books, they write Columbus and Hernan Cortez and all these people that went and conquered lands. They write them in history books as if they're good people, explorers. What are they exploring? They weren't explorers. They're conquerors. They're murderers. But in their history books, they write them as explorers, these great explorers. All right? But everyone's onto you devils now. It's your time to be exposed. And this is all these so-called white people, from the lowest of them to the highest of them. They're all the same. They're all Edomites. Okay? They all think the same way. All right? It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah. I'm your friend. Sign this treaty. You can have this part of the land. We'll have this part of the land. We're just going to settle here. We come in peace. Peace and love. That's these Edomite spirit, right? That's what they say, peace and love. But it's all deception. They're fork-tongued because they'll say peace but have a knife in their hand. That's how these people function. All right? That's how the so-called white man functions. The Arthur Balfour Declaration shows you that, because they said which none of them people belong in that land, by the way, but I'm just making a point. In the Arthur Balfour Declaration, they made a point in saying, we'll give you a piece of this land, this bit, and we'll just take this bit. That's all we want. And they kept expanding. What did they tell you Negroes after slavery? We'll give you 40 acres and a mule. Our people are still arguing for 40 acres and a mule, or arguing for reparations. They still haven't given it to you because they're serpents. They speak with forked tongues, man. That's the so-called white man's MO. But thank Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they're on their way out now. All right? Thank Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because he's getting ready to destroy them. The Lord's returning, the real Lord, all right? He's going to return and go and destroy them. All right? This is the time we're in. This stuff ain't, what's going on now in the media ain't going to get any better. All right? This is Psalms. It's all this war that's taking place. It's going to get worse, because this is leading up to the Third World War. All right? This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. This is these so-called white people. When you see a little Edomite in a buggy, that's a little demon, man. All right? I remember years back, there was a video on social media, and it was like a little Edomite girl, and she was with her mum. Her mum was recording her, and her mum said to her, "Oh, where's the biscuits that was on the table? Where's the biscuits that was on the table?" And these devils, imagine it's the spirit that they upload these things so we can, keep exposing them. But she said, "Where's the biscuits that was on the table?" Whatever the kid's name is. And the little Edomite girl said, "Oh, a black man stole it." Now, why would a little baby child say, a so-called child, because they're little Edomites, but why would a little child say a black man stole the biscuits? Because she's being taught that way. All right, here is she stole it in her own house, and when she said that to her mum was laughing. You can hear her behind the camera. So they all think like that. They all like that. They're serpents. They raise their children, all right, to hate our people. But when you see them in society, smile in our face as if they're our friends. And our people fall for that shit. But the point is going into the scripture, the wicked are estranged from the womb. So from when they're born, they're little demons, man. There's no such thing as a good Edomite, man. And praise the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, their society and what they really about is being exposed, all right? They're not these moral good people. They're not these moral good Christian people. They're a bunch of devils, man, all right? Their spirit is of the devil. Their spirit is of Satan. So it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So they're liars. All these Edomites are liars. They're politicians, from their politicians to the lowest of them. How many years in their politics, how many years do they tell you they're going to make this better, they're going to make that better? They never do anything. Nothing's ever done for anyone, because they steal and heap things onto themselves, all right? That's the nature of the Edomites. So it says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. And they're deaf adders. These devils are not about truth. Whenever you speak anything to do with truth, they block their ears to it, basically. See, the Lord created, and no one can complain here. These Edomites, they can't complain because they've had their time to rule, man. We've had to be under their deaf adder spirit for hundreds of years. Now they're getting ready to get taken out, because they're the seeds of the wicked. The earth ain't going to get no better, all right, until the so-called white man's out of the power seat. And that's the time that we're in. All right. The Lord's getting ready to put back his people back on top, the righteous seed. All right. And he's going to be the one to rule it. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So it says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O power, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be cut. Let them be as cut in pieces. And that's what's getting ready to happen to these devils. And when it says break their teeth, right, that's break their power. Because what was Rome all about? Is army. The teeth, they can bite you with their viciousness, basically. That's their armies. And the Lord's gathering all their armies now basically where the Saudi Arabia, the Arabian Peninsula and all that. All right, the Lord's bringing them all there to Israel, to different parts of the world, basically in the Middle East, basically the Armageddon. Jordan, Syria, all those areas are getting hot right now because that's going to be the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of the Lord's judgment. He's going to destroy their armies there. And then he's going to nuke. The Lord's going to have the nuke shot to destroy America. That's going to be their teeth being destroyed. All their military might. Done, basically. All right? This is what's getting ready to happen. So break their teeth, O power, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. And this is what the Lord's doing, man. You know? And this is a beautiful time, man, because everything we've been saying is coming out more and more, which is proving, you know, the prophecies, man, more and more, man. And it's a beautiful time. Okay. So and it's only, and we here at the Great Millstone, like we always say, this is only for the elect, man, because most of our people, like we can see, even with all this that's taking place, they're just blind, man. They ain't gonna get this. All right. They're just gonna have to wake up in the next world. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:2. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our power, Yahweh Shai, and by our gathering together unto him, which is happening now. The brotherhood, the brothers and sisters that believe of the hopeful elect are gathering to Yahweh Shai through this truth. That ye be not so soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of the Lord is at hand. And we can see in this time that we're living in, you know, people are changing up the doctrine as they've always have been. But the Lord did say in the last days, you know, people will do these things. Perilous times will come. Men shall be lovers of themselves, you know, deceiving and being deceived, switching up of doctrines. These things are coming to pass more and more. Dudes, you know, recently people saying the Lord's name ain't what it is. Whatever, all kind of madness. So us that believe in Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, you know, we got to stay on that path. Don't be swayed in the mind, so that ye be not so soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of the Lord is at hand. The day of the Lord is at hand. We're living in the time of the day of Yahweh Shai. It's at hand. We know it's near. For all these things that's taking place on the planet, all right? Okay, so it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that's happened to our people. The falling away first is our people losing who they are. All right. That's happened to our people. Our people don't know that they're the Israelites. If our people knew this truth, they would know all that's going on in the world is for our salvation. They would know that what's going on in the land of Israel today, the Lord making all this happen, is to get rid of those heathens real soon, destroy them out of there and bring us back there. But our people, 2/3 of our people ain't going to see this truth. All right. They're not going to see this truth, man. They don't know what's going on. They're blinded by the so-called white man's bullshit lies and his system, his continual lies. Our people believe in this shit. Us brothers in the truth, we see through all of that. But guess what? The world's starting to see the white man for what he really is anyway. Everyone's seeing it. He's just a serpent, man. Everyone's seeing it. But it's just our people don't know the depths of prophecy, man. And they ignore it. So anyway, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And who's the man of sin? The Edomites. The lineage of Esau, man. The Joe Bidens, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Trumps, the Boris Johnsons, all these damn Edomite devils, these Edomites, or what the world calls today and what they portrayed themselves as so-called white people, which are really the Edomites. They're the son of perdition. And the perdition means destruction. What's the so-called white man really about? Destruction, bro. And he's showing you that. All right? Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Lord sitteth in the temple of the Lord, showing himself that he is the Lord. All right? And that's what he has done. They portrayed them. They took the Bible and said it's their book, that they're the J word. They're you know, they put their image up as the angels. All these lies that they've told. They told you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're nothing. You're just slaves. When really the Bible is our book. Everything that's taking place in the world today is for the prophecy to be fulfilled so we can get back in that power seat. But that's what they want to cast us down from our excellency. That's what they've been about, man. But no other nation has ever ruled and said they're the people of the Bible. Now, other heathens ruled and thought themselves gods. But guess what? They never said they're the people of the Bible. They never took the Bible and put their images up as the people. No other nation except the so-called white people did that, the Edomites. All right? which are really biblically known as the Edomites. So it says, and sitteth in the temple of the Lord, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And when ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Yeah, because Paul was telling the apostles these things back then in the first leg of the Roman Empire, but it wasn't Esau's time to go down then. The prophecy of him going down finally was meaning to be totally taken out of power forever for good, and to be revealed that he's the wicked was this time, all right? Was this time that we're in now. This is the time when everyone's seen these Edomites for the fact that they're the wicked of the planet Earth, all right? Which is a so-called white man. They are the wicked. He's being revealed in his time, which is now. And really, they're known as the Edomites. And when we get back in the kingdom, every nation is going to go back to who they are biblically. Everyone's going to know. We're going to separate the nations through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, and everyone's going to know who they are. No one ain't going to be walking around saying they're white. No one ain't going to be saying they're black. No one ain't going to be saying they've got 4 races in them. No, you're going to be everyone's going to be separated according to how the Lord set it so from the beginning. The only reason why there's confusion on the earth today is because of these Edomites. They're elites. All right, but when we get back in the kingdom, everything's going to be put back in its righteous order, man. But it says, and ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So he's being revealed now. This is the time where the main exposure of Esau is happening. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And this is what's happening now. The so-called white man's living in the literally the last seconds of his kingdom before he's nuked. And then Yahweh Shai returns and he enslaves them. See? And then shall that wicked be revealed, which is Esau, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is this truth. All right. The reason why all these prophecies are taking place and these Edomites are finally being brought down is because the Lord's had this truth being pumped out there, man. The elders of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the brotherhood throughout the 4 corners of the world pushing this truth, man. That's the spirit of the Lord exposing him with his mouth, which is the words of the Bible. The true understanding. All right. It says, and shall destroy him with the brightness of his coming. And that's the Lord returning with the chariots, what the so-called white man calls UFOs, which he calls them unidentifiable flying objects. But we know what they are. They're the Lord and the angels dwell in them. Well, the angels dwell in them. And that's how the Lord's going to destroy Esau when he comes back with the chariots and the angels, and they come down to this realm that we're in now and start obliterating shit, man. This is getting ready to happen. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right, and that's the point. That's the point. You know, that's the point that I wanted to get. So these Edomites, they're being revealed for what they really are. Let me play this again from this former minister of Greece and listen to what he said. He's basically saying that you Europeans, which he's talking about, you so-called white people, you're really the criminals. You're really the wicked.
The criminals here are not Hamas, not even the Israeli settlers who are killing Palestinians. The criminals are Europeans, us. Every single member of our German society, our French society, our Greek society, our United States society, we have participated in this crime against humanity over the decades by...
That's it. That's the point. That's the point. You're the criminals, man. So, you know, with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful Akim that teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rucha Kodash. Shalom, shalom.